Hello, dear friends. We wholeheartedly welcome you all, esteemed delegates and friends, to Panorama International Literature Festival 2024, conducted by Writers' Capital International Foundation worldwide. I'm Secretary General and PILF Chief Coordinator Irene Doura Kavadia, extending you a warm embrace from Athens, Greece. Welcome all to our live session, which is actually a celebration of literature and of life. Because we in Writers' Capital bridge cultures and unite nations. Therefore, we have all joined together in the realm where life meets literature in today's special session with renowned intellectuals. We have here today personalities from Malaysia. Welcome all special friends. Panorama International Literature Festival is one of the two signature programs of Writers' Capital Foundation, along with Panorama Arts Festival, in which hundreds of writers from across the globe get together, marking the beginning of yet another season of celebration of literature. Panorama Literature Festival is also a world record-winning program as the lengthiest multilingual literature festival, where renowned literateurs, like yourselves, participate from more than 87 countries. In this session, we proudly announce the Quill Compendium 2024, the captivating literary venture affiliated with the renowned Panorama Literature Festival. This vibrant publication is said to be a multicolored masterpiece designed to international standards. It features significant writers and distinguished delegates who grace the Panorama Literature Festival, ensuring a global reach as the book is distributed across the world. Its unique advantages lie in its dual format, first of all, as it will be available both online and in print, providing a diverse audience with convenient access. Plus, Writer's Edition feature. Articles published in the book will be showcased in our prestigious online magazine, Writer's Edition, attracting thousands of readers globally. At this point, I have the pleasure to deliver to you all the best wishes and the warm welcome of Preet Nambiar, our Honorable Founder, President of Writers' Capital Foundation, and Panorama Chairman, poet, author, educationist, and ardent humanitarian. The mastermind behind the Panorama Festival and behind the highly inspirational theme of it too, which hundreds of writers across the world have been able to delve into. And this season's theme is Agni, the spark, or the element of fire, composing a work for eternity. Our president has also made efforts to inspire the young generation for a better planet, as school children and students have also been involved in the project called The Embers of Change, trying to turn words into action by contributing to a reduced carbon footprint. And without further ado, let us now all indulge in your inspiring verses, thoughts, and mottos, my dear esteemed invitees and delegates of Panorama, on the theme Agni, spark, into which since antiquity our forefathers had delved. Therefore, I now pass on the task of conducting this so special program to our Chief Coordinator Malaysia of Writers' Capital Foundation, dear Dr. Zainatul Shuhaida, who will curate today's beautiful session. Dr. Zainatul, the dais to you, my dear friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. Irene. Assalamualaikum and good night, everyone from Malaysia. Together with me, we have altogether 6 delegates tonight. Yeah, we will impress everybody with our poems about the Agni, or you said the spark. Yeah, okay, love. Okay, I have here. I welcome Dato Dr. Haji Muhammad Radzuan bin Haji Ibrahim, which is we call Wan Razuha here as a Permusi National President from Malaysia. And I welcome also Mr. Ferri Anugerah Makmur, yeah, and Tuan Marzelan, or known here as Perindu Seni. Yeah, thank you very much. And we have also Dr. Randus Pandian, or soon Drara Pandian Valusami here. And also I have together with me Puan Rosnani Ripin here. Yeah. And also, and lastly, we have here Tuan Muhammad Shareezad Satad, or we call here Mr. Izzat. Yeah. Thank you very much. And for all the delegates here, I'm happy to introduce also our Prof. Irene. Yeah. Prof. Irene actually born in Athens, Greece. Yeah, Irene's Doura Kavadia. Yeah, that is her full name. Yeah, has been engaged since childhood in the studying or writing and learning foreign language. She has a specialization in contrastive linguistics and a master in the computational linguistics. And she is the owner and director of the studies at the Academy Centres Athens. She has been acknowledged for her work by many organizations, yeah, and very famous in the Panorama Festival Literary in the world. And also, she also a successful entrepreneur by women leaders and as a distinguished personality of her country by who is who. You need to explain to us actually what is who is who in the 2020, and she was appointed a director of the Writers Capital Hellas, and following that, Secretary General of the Writers Capital International Foundation, running projects towards the end of the uniting intellectuals worldwide in an effort to promoting cultural diversity, humanitarians, and the world peace. She is also editor-in-chief at the international publishing house Writers International Edition and the online magazine. A very high portfolio and impressive to us. We are very proud of you, Prof. Irene. And tonight also, we have a host, also an artist, famous in Malaysia. We call Tuan Ferri. Tuan Ferri is here. Tuan Ferri will be our host and also translator for us, because we are here actually. We want to everybody listen to the Bahasa Melayu. We are trying to bring up our Bahasa Melayu to the world actually. Yeah. So tonight we are going to read a poem, a traditional puisi all in Bahasa Melayu. Okay. Let me introduce Tuan Ferri. I think Tuan Ferri is here. Tuan Ferri is born on the 14th of February 1962 at Bandung, Indonesia. Yeah, he is a Selangor State Champion reciting national plays. He was coming from the St. John's Institution as a president Malay Club 1980s, and he's also a lyrics album Ferries 88 Nostalgia. I think Tuan Ferry need to share with us also after this. Also as a songwriter, Royston Santa Maria, a writer, travel blog Journey Mas in the 1988 to 1966. 1996. He is also a writer, a publisher, The Journey of Malaysian Art 1998 APEC Summit World Trade Center by Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, also as a fellow of Sports Center for Leadership United Kingdom. His book launching 2021 and the commentary by Dr. Zurina Hassan, National Author, launched Indonesian version, Mr. Mahdi Ansarullah, Governor South Sumatra. All right. And he is also a motivational talk Ministry of Education. He is a motivator, in the Jakarta, Bandung. Also a founder for the Lotzi Most Indonesian Magnum Opus Achievement 2022 Oxford Central for the Leadership, United Kingdom. He is a Malaysian bestseller Cinta Agung Ibu, okay, a famous novel actually. And the book sold, the book also sold 28,000 copies for information. And his book private collection by the Library of the Congress, Washington National Library of Russia, Australia, Japan, and Netherlands. He is also a motivator and speaker. His experience in the University of Technology Mara, National Award Creative Arts and Literary 2023, Islamic College Sabah, Elite Fellow, University Malaya. He holds a National Book Award, and now he is head of accreditation and official Kuala Lumpur International Film Academy Award 2024. Congratulations. Okay, I think without further ado, maybe I can give the session to Tuan Ferri. Silakan.
I have to unmute that. Thank you so much, Dr. Aida. Hello there to our dear President, our dear Irene. We are all very humbled by this great opportunity that you gave us. This is inaugurally the first for me, and I'm sure it's not for some of you. You are all quite seasoned in this venture, but to me, it's pretty exciting. I can imagine how beautiful Greece is, and all of us would love to come and visit your country one of these beautiful moments in the future. Definitely. All right. Now, without delaying much of the time, allow me to introduce our first poet. This gentleman, he is a known gentleman in the legal arena in Malaysia. Dato Dr. Haji Muhammad Radzuan bin Ibrahim, or Wan Razuha, is a former senior officer of the Royal Malaysia Police at the Bukit Aman headquarters and has served as a prosecutor in the Kuala Lumpur court. He later became solicitor, advocate, and Sharia lawyer at his legal firm, and he is a national poet reciter and actively involved in creative writing, particularly poetry. He's the president of Pemuisi and a deputy permanent chairman of PENA and a former president of Penyair. And also has been writing in Bintang Timur, our local newspapers, Mingguan Perdana, Warta Perdana, Mingguan Tanah Air, Berita Harian, Watan, and other prominent newspapers in Malaysia. Dr. Radzuan wrote a lot of his poems published, namely Sepi in 1977, and quite a long list of achievement. And his short story collection, Air Mata Kasih, in 1987, an anthology of short stories, Cinta Isteri di Persimpangan, Love of a Wife at the Crossroad, with Norisham Mustafa. Now, Datuk Wan Razuha was also notable on the non-fiction works such as PDRM, the history and the function and the challenges of the Royal Malaysia Office, the history, and also the legal aspect of the law in 1989. I have such a great respect for this gentleman. He is also the deputy permanent chairman of the National Malaysian Writers Association, PENA, and he is also the Writers Association for the National University of Malaysia, UKM, and a committee member of the National Malaysian Writers. Additionally, he is also the national poetry reciter and has won the runners-up of the National Poetry Recitation Contest back in 1990, organized by PENA. So, without much ado, I would like to welcome warmly Dato Dr. Haji Muhammad Radzuan bin Haji Ibrahim, otherwise known as Wan Razuha, to take over the stage. Please do, Dato, silakan.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Ferri. It's my good friend, Prof. Irene, and our colleagues. Tonight, I'm very happy And I'd like to thank Prof. Irene for giving me the chance and opportunity to join this program. So I don't talk much about my own background or whatever. Tonight, I'd like to read a poem which I took from my own book, the latest book produced by Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka. They call it Bunga Kata. It's a flower of words. Yeah. Okay. So how many poems that I can give tonight, Mr. Ferri? Three. Eh? Okay. 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 Allow me to read. Okay. First is permainan apakah ini? Ya. Permainan apakah ini? Permainan apakah ini? Apabila politikus negara beraksi rasuah, resis, dan penyelewengan sering menjadi senjata perang, hilang timbul, targetnya bergantian. Siapa yang mengena, siapa yang dikena, dan siapa pula yang terkena. Inilah warna-warna politik. Inilah duri-duri yang harus diselidik. Inilah pencak silat yang menguji ketahanan minda dan gerak diri. Kebenaran menjadi bahan yang boleh dipersoalkan kerana ada kemungkinan yang benar dipersalahkan dan yang salah dibenarkan. Keupayaan meraih sokongan khalayak, memberi impak yang terlalu kuat. Yang lemah strategi akan kalah, goyah, menyerah dan rebah. Yang bijak mengorak dan bergerak, yang mampu merancang tetap tegak, biarpun beratus hukuman terpahat, masih mampu berdiri dan pajak di puncak. Sebenarnya sudah lama diperhati, telah menyucuk mata, menikam hati, segala gelagat dan gerak-geri. Permainan apakah ini? Okay, let I move to second poem. Duniaku. Tidak kukendalikan apa jua kes yang tidak jelas atau motif dendam balas. Biar ditawar uang ribuan, tidak akan dikorbankan prinsip ajaran syariat Islam. Kerana aku memang tahu lebih baik lepaskan pesalah dari menghukum bukan pesalah. Pesalah bukan bertaubat. Bersalah mungkin bertaubat, menyesali kesalahan dibuat. Tapi bukan pesalah menerima hukuman. Adalah suatu kezaliman, amat berdosa dimurkai Tuhan, dan di akhirat menerima balasan. Jika kau datang lagi dan merayu, aku tetap tidak mau. Cukuplah bagiku berpegang pada yang satu. Rezeki itu Allah yang menentu. Dan this is my last poems that I like to read here. Is the laut berombak, pantai berangin. Laut itu masihkah saujana? Pantai itu masihkah melandai? Ombak itu masihkah berdesir? Nyamankah lagi angin semilir? Laut itu masih berombak, pantai itu masih berangin, tebing-tebing pasir berubah, dirempuh gelombang meresah. Dulu pohon berjajaran, rebah di mamah hakisan. Ombak itu lembut pada pandangan, namun ganas di saat gelombang. Harus pandai membaca. Ombak mereda, gelombang melanda. Kelewaan cakna mendatangkan akibat kemusnahan harta, kehilangan hayat. Laut itu citra kehidupan. Ombak adalah medan perjuangan. Angin semilir adalah hiburan. Beringatlah, sepoi angin di laut tenang. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my dear brother, Dato' Wan Radzuan, for your great poem. If I could summarize for the attention of Irene, his first poem circles on the issue of politics and politician. As we all know, politics is something sacred to lead the direction of a country, of a nation. But sadly, it is being abused by politicians, regardless of where we are today. So the politician destroy the sacred politics that is created to help humanity, to guide this life. And as such, we are the humble victim of that issue. That is number one. Now, Dato' Wan Radzuan speak on the issue of sinner and also the victims of it in the eyes of justice. That is his second poem. And how could this be entwined in between our life? So it is our rationale and maturity to be able to understand whether you are now the victim of a situation or you are the sinner itself. And we go to the third poem by him. He is bringing himself so close to the nature of the sea and the beach, and how this came so passionately within his heart. And it shows how close his wisdom with the nature. Right. So that is the conclusion of all his three poems. And I would now welcome my dear brother. He is the secretary to Pemuisi in Malaysia, directly the secretary of Dato' Wan Radzuan himself. His name is Mr. Marzelan bin Md Jusoh, and his nickname is Perindo Seni. Relatively, it means that he always miss the art and culture, and he is a person who would forever in love with art and culture. Was born in Padang, Kedah, and he is currently living in Desa Tasik in Sungai Besi. He possessed the diploma in multimedia from the University, Open University. Currently, he serves in Kementerian Pertahanan, Defense Ministry in Seremban. As the first warrant officer, he is actively involved in the arts since school, and until today, he began joining poetry recital competition for Independence Day back in 2006 at the Royal Military Level, ATM. He is one of the contestants in SDPK in 2017. Besides that, he's also a frequent adjudicator for poetry competitions across levels. So he's very competent in looking at the many poetry competitions in the country. He's also an activist in Persatuan Pemuisi and was appointed as the assistant secretary. He's been invited as the jury for Pemuisi and many programs within the art and culture of Malaysia. So please welcome Saudara Marzelan Rindu. Dipersilakan.
Okay, thank you. Okay, poem puisi yang pertama, ciptaan saya sendiri, iaitu berjudul Mencari Cahaya Kehidupan. Mereka menikmati mentari senja yang mau berada dalam senja menikmati air cinta. Tak percaya sinar cahaya indah alam membuktikan roda keagungan Tuhan. Ketika ini sebuah perjalanan yang harus dilalui dengan hati tabah dan tegak. Kerana hayat ini pertinggaan. Pilihlah jalan hamba kebenaran dan pilihlah genai keredaan Tuhan. Ingat, hidup ini singkat, penuh dengan muslihat, penuh dengan keinginan hajat. Genggamlah hati, berniat, kuatkan iman dari segala dosa dan hasrat. Menaiki jiwa hamba bersujud kepada Maha Pencipta, mengharap sinar hati ketenangan, merayu mengharap keampunan Tuhan. Berjaya. Yang kedua,
Saya rasa Tuan Marzelan baca saja, jangan pakai mic lagi clear.
Dengar?
Don't use mic, Marzelan. Jangan guna mic sebab dia punya sound kurang jelas.
Sebuah puisi daripada Dato Seri Awang Tarian, Kembaraku.
Lebih jelas
bagus
sekarang.
lah.
Bagus ya, good.
kembaraku, jaran 1000 liku daripada jiwa yang kau ciptakan ke dalam jasad ruh kau tiupkan. Dari tulang sulbi aku kau keluarkan, di alam rahim bermula kembaraku. Di alam zahir nyata kembaraku. Atas kealpaan dan keasyikanku, rupa-rupanya kian berakhir kembaraku. Jalanan ku tempuh kian ke hujung. Pencarian yang kadangkala tidak bertebing. Keasyikan kepada dunia yang sementara. Dan terleka oleh laba yang tidak seberapa, menyebabkan dada apabila ku hitung dosa dan pahala. Apabila ku kira rugi dan laba untuk dibawa ke sana. Ya Rob, ku pohon barakah bagi sisa kembaraku. Ku pohon rahmah bagi perjalananku. Lorongkanlah inayah, panjatkanlah hidayah. Ku pohon kembaraku berakhir dengan hasanah. Ku pohon redamu untuk ke destinasi kembaraku, menemui di kau kembali ke haribaanmu. Yang terakhir, puisi daripada Curated, bersamamu. Bersamamu, bersama cinta di balik hujan. Namamu menggaung di ceruk jiwa. Aroma puja terbenam di ruang duka. Daun-daun kehidupan, kematian, antara tarikan dan hembus nafas. Sebuah bentang tertulis kuasamu. Aku genggam apimu. Nafas adalah anginmu. Jika terhenti angin, lenyaplah nafasku. Darah mengalir adalah airmu. Jika tumpah air, habislah darahku. Jika kau hempaskan, lenyaplah aku. Biarlah engkau lenyapkan dalam rangkuman rahimmu. Di antara pengampunanmu. Kerana aku hanya sebutir debu. Kerana aku hanya sebutir debu yang terdampar luapan dosa, hangus terpanggung api. Sekian, terima kasih. Thank you.
Terima kasih Saudara Mazlan di atas pembacaan puisi. So, our brother Mazlan recited 3 of his best poem. One is his own. The second one belongs to a well-known professor, Dr. Awang Sarian. And the third was from a fellow poet, Julia Ikin. The first one, he was talking about searching for the light of his life and how that relates to Almighty and the challenges that he got to go through that. So life eventually is seen as full of wisdom, and there must be a lot of forgiveness in that journey. So that is his number one. And the second one, a poem written by Professor Dr. Awang Sarian, a well-known poet, is talking about my journey. So he looked at the journey way before his own birth, when he was still in his mom's womb, and that was the beginning of his life already. And eventually, it could also be the physical attraction that you want to look at, whether it's the greed, whether it's the spiritual value that you want to keep within yourself. And finally, we also have to ask God for guidance in order to be on the right track of that life. Now, the third poem is about love, and the title is With You, and how she worshipped the person that she adores very much. And when our brother Mazlan recites that, he is now feeling that he is the man in that communication. So how eventually uselessness in life may bring the journey into uncertainty. And that is the closing of that poem. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next poet. So I have to flip through my handphone in order for me to be able to introduce my dear brother, Dr. Pandian. Dr. Pandian is well-versed in Malay. He is born an Indian, and yet he speaks very fluent Malay, and I have big respect on him. We've been together in the circles of literacy in Malaysia. Dr. Pandian, or his real name, Sundara Pandian, son of Valusami, was born in Pangkor. Pangkor is a beautiful island in Perak. He continued his studies in University of Malaya and then in the National University of Indonesia in the field of linguistics. In Indonesia, he gained exposure in the field of Malay language through the famous figure of Professor Sultan Takdir Ali Shahbana, and began to cultivate in the field of literature through his acquaintance with Indonesian literary figures such as H.B. Jasin, Pramodia Anantatur, W.S. Rendra, and Mokhtar Lubis. Those are the grand maestro of literacy from Indonesia. Dr. Pandian also got the guidance of Pak Agi, Abdul Ghaffar Ibrahim. He's one of the most senior and well-respected poets from Malaysia, who played an important role for him to become an educator. Pak Agi and his lecturer has exposed him to the world of poetry. In addition, Dr. Pandian is also actively involved in the National Poet Association of Malaysia, Pemuisi, and also the Principal Secretary of the National Poets Association. He also runs several programs, whether organized by Pemuisi, Dewan Bahasa UMW, or jointly organized with other cultural arts association of all bodies. So being an academician himself, I would like to welcome Dr. Pandian, please.
Thank you very much, my dear brother Ferri. Good evening, Prof. Irene. Thank you for your opportunity to me and Dr. Aida, Dr. Zainatul Aida, for this opportunity. I really thank you for that. Today, I want to start my pantun about Prof. Irene. Okay. 2-3 kucing berlari, manakan sama si kucing belang. 2-3 boleh ku cari, manakan sama Profesor Irene seorang. Itu pantun untuk Prof. Irene ya. Okay, hari ini saya akan bacakan pantun yang kesemuanya berkaitan dengan cahaya ataupun our tema hari ini Agni, fire. So I prepare about the cahaya, light. Cahaya redup di tepi pantai. Buatlah gurindam penuh pesona. Hendaklah hidup di bawah santai. Menyimpan dendam apalah guna. Siulan merpati sayup di hulu. Jika didengar si orang kaya. Bulan berganti, tahun berlalu. Semoga sinar membawa cahaya. Terang malam kerana bulan. Cahaya menyinar seluruh alam. Doa jangan sekali dilupakan kepada semua warga panorama international literature. Itu pantun. Okey. Hari ini saya ada 2 sajak berkaitan dengan cahaya juga. Pertama tu ini secara sepintas lalu je saya buat. Sebenarnya hari ini baru buat ni. Okey. Pertama tu Agni. Tajuk sajak saya ni Agni. Agni dalam hatiku seperti mentari sentiasa cerah dalam hati. Seperti laut dengan sekeping hati yang luas dan terbuka. Seperti langit dengan sekeping hati sentiasa tinggi. Seperti bunga dengan sekeping hati buat selama-lamanya cantik. Dengan sekeping hati menuju ke arah kebahagiaan seperti angin bebas. Ya, itu sajak pertama saya. Sajak kedua berkaitan dengan cahaya kesamarataan. Kemergelapan kedudukan tinggi telah lama menjadi impianku. Seperti teman orang kecil untuk membina cahaya kesamarataan masyarakat yang memancar dengan cahaya kejayaan manusia. Inilah kepercayaanku. Engkau tidak perlu mematikan cahaya orang lain hanya untuk membuat dirimu bercahaya. Pribadi yang baik adalah bercahaya dimanapun engkau berada. Sekian, terima kasih. Thank you, Prof. Irene.
Thank you so much, my dear brother, Dr. Pandian, for your information, Irene. Dr. Pandian's first started with his pantun. So pantun is a type of poem, very, very traditional poem, is unique among the Malay culture. Is only 4 lines in every pantun. The first 2 lines is what we call pembayang, meaning to say, before you deliver the meaning, the objective of your message, you have to create another story. And that story normally is something traditional. And it rhymes. The end of every word, it rhymes with the meaning of that message. And he was telling you that you are the gem of life and very precious, and it's an honor to be here with you. All right, great. Now we are looking at the light. Dr. Pandian is reciting his poem about light and talking about a revenge. The revenge and anger will have no end to it. And normally, as you go along, there has never been a happy ending, but it will be disastrous at the end of it. So when we realize that there is no end to it, prayers will come in, and prayers would be very essential to all of us, right? And the next story is in the poem is about Agner just now. Is talking about his heart, and the heart is like the sun, and it's very bright. So the sky, just like the heart, is always very high, and the heart is always related to happiness. And he is looking at the wind, and wind is always related to freedom. It's like the bird that fly across the sky. Now the final poem for Dr. Pandian is about justice, and justice is always very close to his heart, and this will never stop. We have to fight on for the sake of justice in this world and hereafter. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Pandian. Sekarang kita akan perkenalkan. I'm going to introduce you Puan Rosnani Ripin. Let me check. Okay, Puan Rosnani Ripin. The author's name is Rosnani binti Ripin. She was born on the 18th of December 1966 in Kampung Tanjung Chenak in Pasir Mas, Kelantan. Hopefully, one of these days, Irene, that you can visit our country. Kelantan is a beautiful place, and a lot of Thai influence in Kelantan. And the culinary is amazing. If you love food, you're going to put on weight if you stay too long in Kelantan, that is for sure. And don't worry, then you can go back to your gymnasium to burn up all your calories. Kelantan is beautiful. All right. And she is a senior lecturer at the Academic Services Center, Sultan Ismail Putra Islamic College in Nilampuri in Kota Baru, Kelantan. The author has been interested in literature since the age of 17, while in high school, and has won the Classic Literature Evaluation Competition organized by the Kelantan State Education Department in 1983. She has been actively creating work since studying at the National Arts Academy in 1995, and her works have been published in newspapers such as Berita Harian, Utusan Malaysia, Dewan Sastra, Majalah Pengasuh, and most of the prominent media of Malaysia. So, dipersilakan Puan Rosnani Ripin, silakan.
Puan, mute tu, mute.
Okey. Okey, alhamdulillah, terima kasih banyak-banyak. Okey, terima kasih kepada yang berbahagia Tuan Anugerah Ferri Anugerah Makmur, juga kepada yang berbahagia Dato, juga kepada Prof Irene. Prof Irene, good evening. Okey, dan juga kepada semua sahabat dan juga kepada semua pendengar di luar sana ya, secara live di Facebook. InsyaAllah. Okey, saya mulakan dengan puisi saya bertajuk Mengajar Anak-anak. Mengajar anak-anak. Mengajar anak-anak erti berani, simpanlah perasaan dimanja. Mengajar anak-anak erti kasih, tunjukkanlah lakumu dan bisukan ucapanmu. Mengajar anak-anak berjimat. Berpuasalah, untung berganda. Mengajar anak-anak berakhlak. Jangan sesekali berbohong. Mengajar anak-anak erti kental. Menangislah dalam hujan. Mengajar anak-anak erti berani. Simpanlah perasaan dimanja. Mengajar anak-anak erti kasih. Tunjukkanlah lakumu dan bisukan ucapanmu. Mengajar anak-anak berjimat. Berpuasalah, untung berganda. Mengajar anak-anak berakhlak. Jangan sekali berbohong. Mengajar anak-anak erti kental. Menangislah dalam hujan. Okay. Itu saya nyanyikan lagu puisi daripada puisi pertama saya, dan saya teruskan dengan puisi saya yang terakhir, iaitu Perasaan dari Rimba. Apabila sering kedengaran suara dari rimba, tercatat di dada-dada akhbar. Cerita ngauman itu membelah resah. Penghuni pinggirannya tidur, mereka termimpikan kelibat penghuni rimba. Bergelega keliling kediaman mereka mencari juadah. Di pintu bagai penjajah tanah kehidupan. Mereka tersedar setelah direnjis air takungan bekasan harimau dan menggigil di tengah rimba. Mereka akan berfikir semakin lesu terkurung. Mereka tersedar dan terus setelah tamatnya riwayat sahabat dicakar, dikoyak jadi bahamannya. Ketika kotak fikir lesu terkurung dalam taman kehidupan mereka, menonton gerombolan gajah beruang mematah-matah hasil tamanan mereka yang bertahun, yang mengasapkan dapur keluarga. Kini dapur berasap nasi mentah, perasaan rimba yang dulu sudah berubah. Bunyi cicipan, kicauan, gericau sunyi. Bertukar bunyi drum dan ngauman merobek ketenangan. Siapakah antara kita mampu mengembalikan perasaan rimba yang dulu? Sekian. Terima kasih dari saya.
Terima kasih, Puan Rosnani Ripin. Thank you so much. Irene, what she was trying to share with us was very deep. First, her first poem was about bringing up the right way, bringing up our children the right way. So we can love our children, but do not pamper them, because there is a fine separation. There is a thin line that separates between love and pamper. The minute you cross over to pamper, you are going to destroy the future of your children. And this is the wisdom that I learned from my parents as well. So if you want your children to learn the art of saving, then you have to teach your children to enjoy fasting. Fasting is one of the 5 elements of mandatory in our Islamic belief. Because when you fast, you can understand what savings is, and by doing so, you are also learning the sufferings of others. And we are also talking about bravery in her poem, and how bravery related to love. And she emphasized about lying in life, and do not lie. Dear children, do not lie in your life, because that is going to destroy you forever. Right? So that is the wisdom from her. And the second poem was about the life of the jungle. So how we human destroy the homes of all the animal kingdom, and eventually they don't have anywhere else to go, and they have to come back to us begging for life. And at the end, we are very upset about them coming close to our vicinity, but we didn't realize it was our mistake for destroying their life in the first place, their environment, their homes. We took everything from them. Okay, so there goes. And next, I would like to introduce to our brother. Selamat datang, Saudara Shareezad. Terima kasih kerana tadi masih belum muncul, dan alhamdulillah. Our next poet, his name is Muhammad Shareezad Satad, or known as Izzat SS. He's an artist who served at the Malaysian University of Terengganu. He has been a member of the National Association of Malaysian Worshippers and has been appointed chairman of the Bureau of National Worshippers in the state of Terengganu. Terengganu is as beautiful, if not better, than Kelantan. These are the 2 gems of the Malaysian center of culture. So if you come to Malaysia, Terengganu and Kelantan will be the best 2 places. Of course, they are always great with the culinary. They're also great with their song, with their dance, and with all the traditional value of Malaysia is all encompassed within Kelantan and Terengganu. So for 20 years in the field of art and literature, Mr. Izzat has been the champion of Sayembara National Poetry for 3 years in a row, 2017, 2018, and 2019, and is the guide of Malaysian artistic poetry. He's also, he wrote an anthology of national poetry and was a jury of the State National Poetry Program. He has been recipient of the Art Award, Talent Award of Hope, and the Award of Brilliant Talent, and the Award of Symbol of Culture and Art Gain. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya menjemput Saudara Izzat. Dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Okey, terima kasih Tuan Ferri Makmur, Anugerah Makmur. Terima kasih juga kepada pada terima kasih juga kepada Datuk Wan Radzuan dan juga pada Prof Irene. Pada malam ini saya akan baca 3 buah sajak. Yang pertama adalah cahaya di tengah kegelapan. Di malam yang penuh kegelapan, di tengah hening yang mendalam, sebuah cahaya berkilauan menerangi hati yang resah. Dalam kelam yang merayap perlahan, cahaya itu tumbuh begitu kecil, namun begitu kuat dalam maknanya. Sinar harapan di dunia yang terpencil. Cahaya itu mengungkapkan rahsia, keajaiban di balik segala kerumitan. Dalam gelap yang sering membelenggu, ia hadir sebagai tanda kehidupan. Cahaya itu menginspirasi kita semua untuk tetap berjalan di malam yang suram, menghadapi badai dan segala tantangan. Kerana dalam diri kita ada cahaya yang tumbuh. Ketika dunia terasa seperti labirin dan tak ada jalan yang tampak terang, ingatlah cahaya di tengah kegelapan. Itu adalah iman yang membawa kita maju. Maka biarkan cahaya itu bersinar terus di dalam hati yang kuat dan penuh kasih, sebuah cahaya yang takkan pernah padam. Di tengah-tengah kegelapan, ia adalah pemandangan yang menyegarkan. Okey, puisi yang kedua saya bertajuk Purnama di Pundak Lara. Langkah demi langkah, makin telerai di denai berduri. Kaki seorang tua di hujung desa itu penuh calar-caral yang mengajar kepasrahan. Nafasnya terkumpul dalam dengusan lelah, mengering tangis di teluk sukma, merangkul kasihnya di hujung senja. Di pundaknya terbeban derita atas lara, namun digagahi jua dengan pancar purnama, terbit dari kehidupan yang menduga. Bayangnya sebatang cangkul lama dan tali berlumur lumpur, membatasi semusim usia di tengah sawah. Satu persatu keringat itu jatuh dan terus berjurai di tanah rezeki. Ketika matahari siang menggigit, kulit tuanya yang kering, ia tertunduk sayu dalam senyum. Dukanya hanya berbalut tabah, sungai jiwanya tak pernah kemarau, mengirim doa dan segunung asa pada Tuhan yang Esa. Okey, puisi saya yang terakhir. Wali kiriman Tuhan. Kau wali kiriman Tuhan, menyiram tandus ruang dada insan dengan arus jernih peradaban. Kau rela tunukkan api di tubuh sendiri, melimpah sinar kelam dunia. Di dadamu tersimpan syarat rahsia, makrifat yang sukar diertikan hanya sayap-sayap ilmu kau kembangkan dalam tulus didikan. Kerana kau cenderawasih budiman, tetap terbang berbakti walau di badai taufan. Kau junjung makramat suci di sepanjang bentur jalan, membentuk jati diri insani, mentakrif jiwa duniawi dan ukrawi. Dari mata hati manusia yang mendamba dalam menuju pencipta. Putaran waktu ini bersaksi, kaulah insan terpilih dari lembah dunia yang semakin memuncak dewasa. Kaulah guru tabah, mengharum denai, berduri bisa demi masa depan anak-anak bangsa. Sekian, terima kasih persembahan daripada saya. Kembali kepada Ferri Anugerah Makmur.
Terima kasih Saudara Ezad, tahniah di atas persembahan 3 puisi. So for Irene, I like to share our brother Ezad's beautiful poem. He started off with cahaya di tengah kegelapan. So he is portraying the light within the darkness. So the restless heart will grow in a lonely world, and the darkness will arise in life, and the sorrow night will eventually grow, and there must be the great light after the tunnel. So that is the key of the wisdom. His second poem is Purnama di Pundak Lara, relatively translated, is the moon on the shoulder of sorrow. So when you are in your deep misery, you always look at the moon, and you would want to consult the moon in order for you to share the sadness in your heart. And at times you are not able to weigh that heavy the heavy burden on your shoulder. And he is relating the poem to the farmers' hard work on the field. And the farmers are very, very honest, doing his best and contributing to the Mother Earth. And that is the best for every human being can deliver. Now the third is Wali Kiriman Tuhan, which I would translate as an angel sent by God. And there's always knowledge that is related to it. It's like a bird, and this is especially handpicked by Almighty. All right. Terima kasih. Thank you so much. So before I pass this to Dr. Aida, it's my turn now to recite the poem. And the first poem is written by me, and it's in Malay. So I would recite it in Malay, and I will try to translate it to you, Irene. Kebenaran itu mahal. Tanyakan tangan, terjangkaukah? Dikait galah pun belum tentu dapat mengambilnya. Kuku melihatnya jelas, jemari akur dan mengerti. Namun bahu mengakuinya tidak mudah. Resam hidup siku mungkin payah menerima kebenaran. Mendesak lengan tanpa harga diri. Air muka pinggirkan sahaja. Kerana kepentingan lain, kadang-kadang jujur di kaki tidak bernilai lagi. Alasan pengorbanan mampu menafikan kebenaran. Apatah lagi berani berkonfrontasi dengannya. Mengapa beban mencari kesusahan? Bukankah lebih mudah persembahan ringan-ringan saja? Tonjolkan kesantaian, bukti aman dan nyaman. Muliakan kebaikan, pura-pura itu wajar demi kelangsungan hidup. Walau hanya luaran, memadai sebagai tembok sementara. Ketimbang mendepani kejujuran, kenyataan hakikat membukti. Keburukan mengalami transformasi wajah. Manis palsu itu mula diterima. Penjenamaan semulanya merubah aib menjadi positif. Dunia cenderung tidak lagi mengukur kebaikan seperti mana berkesannya pemertabatan popularitas kumuh. Lebih besar, lebih cepat menjadi ikutan. Mendewakan keburukan adalah norma baharu. Merebak daya tariknya umpama epidemik penyakit berjangkit. Menular di tiup angin, udara begitu pantas membawa jeleknya perubahan. Sisa yang terlalu besar dan mudah disapu sahaja ke bawah ikan. Cepat berkesan di waktu yang singkat. Pura-purakanlah tidak nampak. Menutup aib adalah kebaikan, alasan murni mendiplomasikan itu. Mencontohi kebenaran menjadi kesalahan besar. Menafikan bukti kebaikan hanya kerana tidak rela mengakui kekurangan diri. Membawa kerugian kekal, risiko akhirnya memusnahkan. Kesan nyata kemudaran hidup yang dialami. Lapangkanlah hati dalam renungan kita. Remehkah isu atau semakin tenatkah rohani? Kutanyakan kepada dosa, kemana mahu? So, to summarize, my first poem is about the truth. So the world now is no longer respecting the truth. Truth is no longer a paramount of life. More and more, people like to lie and people like to wash and clean up all the sin, and they just like to portray the kindness of themselves, and they don't want to show how bad they are. So life is all about pretentious, and everyone today prefer and like to believe the fake thing, and nothing that is genuine is able to be seen as what we want to see. So this is what I'm trying to say in my poem.
Great,
All right.
brother.
Yeah, bang. Now, my second poem is related to my life, and I'm going to recite this in English, and it was translated by one of the great doctor. He was a great poet. His name is Dr. Zakaria Ali, and he's my god brother. I respect him very much, and he helped me to translate this. A circle of story. Life is not to seek tranquility only. Has been hard to arrive here from a small hindrance to an anxious moment of a 6-month-old fetus, retrograded on purpose to ensure suffocation. What is the point of delivering this cursed baby? Bury it with its mother. But God is the most powerful. This right to live is for him to endow. No one is anywhere near his might. There too have other quality of goodness. Many friends are horrified. The Almighty has bestowed credence to this beating heart. Even after much necessary battle against countless armada wounds, slapped, dragged, elbowed, kicked, deceived, battered, pierced, until I wish I'd better be dead than to endure this. I muster the courage. What would life be without pain, without an enduring hell, assuming there is no suffering? Then what is the meaning of happiness? So take delight in all that there is, in what it means to breathe. Make peace with fate. Hasten your steps towards the summit. Now, this is actually the story of me, Irene. So In order for you to understand, I will give you my book as my humble little souvenir. But my book is written in Malay. So then Dr. Aida will be able to translate. Now, when my mother conceived me on her 7 months pregnancy, there was this bad devil woman sent my mother to a witch, and that witch is also a midwife. And she whispered to the witch midwife to massage her tummy so that I would be born rich. And the objective is to kill me and my mother. But God is great. God is great. God sent a doctor right after that and eventually massaged her tummy back to the right position. And I was born normal right on the Valentine's Day. So I was not supposed to be alive. And that was the poem about it. So it was quite a story actually, but it's a real story. So that is the fire in my life. All right. So this is my second poem, Parents' Will. Often steps unable to understand what is ahead, speeding ahead, stopping in doubt, happy to choose a safe route or agree to take a few steps back. Even when doubt is in abundance, fortified by this manliness, still we rely on a hunch, even if we trip upon a rock or a banana peel. No big deal. It hurts, of course. We are human to feel the pain of bleeding. No excuse to not step forward. Even the blind chooses to walk and tumble. Thunder and lightning defeat him. Flashes of light expose the rain, ripping the cruelty of bribe. The practitioners collapse in disgrace. Willingness does not mean ability. To fail is common. To rise again is not. That is beyond the reach of any healthy mind. Rise up from our endless fear. Thank you. So that's the end of my humble presentation. And now, the grand introduction of our dear sister. Allow me to allow me to go through her. Now, where is that? Where is this? Dr. Aida, where have I keep? Where have I keep? See, I've been doing this. Okay, I don't want to delay too much. I met Dr. Aida during the one of our Hari Raya, our festivals, our national celebration equivalent to Christmas, and it was so spontaneous, and the liking is mutual, and then we exchange ideas and we exchange thoughts, and I was really attracted to her kindness, and in spite of her academic background, she gave me that assurance that I would be able to be with her. This is where I ended up to be a great honor to be able to be with Dr. Irene, and she is one of the most respectable lecturer in University Technology Malaysia. Yeah, and she has this mole, all right, on her cheek, and there was this famous Malaysian actress, a prima donna by the name of Sadia, and she shared the same mole as our Dr. Aida. So that is the trademark of herself. Without much ado, please, Dr. Aida, dipersilakan.
Terima kasih banyak Kanda Ferri. Thank you very much. Dan terima kasih juga menjadi mewakili kami semua yang menjadi translator for us tonight ya. Kami sangat terhutang budi. Baik, pada malam ini saya akan menyampaikan beberapa rangkap pantun ya tentang wanita ya, bertemakan dengan konsep our konsep Agni tonight. Ya, bagi saya wanita ini actually adalah umpama api yang membara, yang sentiasa merah menyala, yang setia dan penuh dengan cinta. Ya. Tajuk yang pertama ialah konsep kecantikan dikaitkan dengan budi. Ada seekor burung serindik terbang ke paya makan padi. Kepada orang tamakkan ringgit, kepada saya kenangkan budi. Anak beruk di tepi pantai, masuk ke bendang memakan padi. Biarlah buruk kain dipakai, asal pandai mengambil hati. Anak teruna menanam betik, buah cempedak di dalam raga. Apalah guna berwajah cantik kalau kurang budi bahasa. Asam kandis mari dihiris, manis sekali rasa isinya. Dilihat manis, dipandang manis, lebih manis hati budinya. Bukan saya mengejar kolek, saya mengejar papan tunda. Bukan saya mengharap molek, saya mengharap budi bahasa. Dari puah permata layang, singgah berapat papan kemudi. Dari jauh abang datang, mengenang adik baik budi. Nenas dijual di pasar niaga, ramai orang datang membeli. Emas, perak, perhiasan dunia, budi bahasa, perhiasan diri. Terimalah serangkap pantun ya yang bertajuk kesetiaan wanita. Layang-layang di atas bukit, kayu tenggar dari seberang. Cinta saya bukan sedikit, racun penawar tuan seorang. Nasi lemak buah bidara, sayang selasih hamba lurutkan. Buang emak, buang saudara, kerana kasih hamba turutkan. Lipat baju, lipatnya kain, bawa belayar tanah seberang. Hati tiada pada yang lain, hati ingat tuan seorang. Lihat berembang di atas gunung, tumbuh di bawah pokoknya jati. Lihat aku berulam jantung, menunggu abang bersama mati. Anak you dua serupa, you berjumpa dengan sembilang. Janji dulu adik tak lupa. Tunggulah sampai adik pulang. Burung serindik dalam perahu, bunga bayam di dalam dulang. Hati adik merasa rindu kerana berjauhan dengan abang. Baik, ini adalah serangkap pantun. Bukanlah serangkap pantun banyak rangkap, tapi dia satu kumpulan ya. Peranan seorang ibu. Yang terakhir, pokok mangga tidak berbuah. Pokoknya ada di tepi kuala. Ibu bekerja menuai di sawah, mencari beras untuk kita. Orang ladang meminta kapas, anak kelana berkancing tulang. Ibu kandung pulanglah lekas, hati rindu bukan kepalang. Apa tanda ibu pilihan, hatinya lembut laku terpuji. Memelihara anak tahan tak makan, memelihara laki sampailah mati. Apa diharap padi rendang, daun berombak ditiup bayu. Apa diharap budinya orang, tidak sama budinya ibu. Kalau tuan memerah susu, susu ditaruh di dalam tangan. Saya tidak lupa ibu. Ibu menjaga siang dan malam. Begitulah sedikit sebanyak daripada saya. Mungkin Tuan Ferri ulas sedikit saja before saya end sedikit sahaja kita punya program panorama ini tentang ketiga-tiga kerana pantun puisi yang indah ini mungkin agak sukar difahami oleh Prof Irene. Dipersilakan Tuan Ferri.
Okay. I would like to give commentary on Dr. Aida's pantun. She was reciting about the burning of love, and that love burns as strong as that fire that is glowing. And from that glowing fire, there comes the beauty and the kindness. And it's always related. And while you are looking into that, human would always influenced by greed. And that is another kind of fire that might destroy you if you are not careful. So let's look at kindness and not into greed too much. And we also like to get attracted to physical beauty, right? So when there is a physical unattractiveness, we would always want to look at it from the better spirit of, even though the person is not attractive physically, but that person is spiritually attractive. But that is the wisdom of life. When a person is physically attractive, generally the person may not be so attractive spiritually. Now that is the great wisdom. My parents taught me that. But once in a blue moon, you might get both physically attractive and spiritually also attractive. That would be a bonus. And not many of us would have that opportunity, of course. All right. And she also talked about love, how to sacrifice for the right love, and how to be willing to die for the sake of love. And otherwise, there is no Romeo and Juliet, definitely, right? So it's so true when you want to seek for the right love, you don't mind to die for the beauty of that love itself. Okay? And sometimes you miss that love too. Now, the third is mother. Now, mother is next to God, to all belief. God is the highest in life, and after God is always mother, regardless of any belief. Mother is always the source of inspiration. So salute to all of you, women, because you are the great mother. And we are, of course, we are the fathers, and do not discount us, because we are the pillar to bring the success of the economy of a great family. Yeah. And in the Malay wisdom, mother will have every heaven is on mother's feet. And this is what Dr. Aida is trying to relate. Mother is always full of sacrifice, and she will never complain. And every child would always miss mother, and mother can juggle between having 10 children and having all the whims and fancies, the requests, the endless requests of her dear husband, and she can still manage everything. And that is the great thing about mother. Thank you. Now back to Dr. Aida.
Thank you very much for all that compliment and a beautiful metaphor between the agony and the mother and the love and about the women. Congratulations, Tuan Ferri. Okay, last but not least, I would like to say a million thanks to Prof. Irene and our president, Mr. Pratnambia. Thank you to all the delegates from Malaysia, Dato Radzuan. Yeah, thank you being with us. Tuan Ferri being our very good host tonight. Yeah, and the rest, all my friends here, my poem here. Hope that may the Malay language be lifted to the world, and may agony this year give a brighter light to all humans on the earth. Happy International Panorama Literature Festival 2024. See you all next year.
Congratulations. I
much.
didn't want to interrupt at all during your beautiful, beautiful session. It was, in fact, a privilege being here with you tonight and listening to all your profound verses, as we really found out, bottom line, words ignite fire. And it's true. Really, what wonderful, crisp verses we all indulged in today, in Malay, in English, in the language of the heart through poetry. So melodious, so profound. In a multilingual festival like Panorama, all languages seem like a bouquet of fresh flowers budding in the sunlight. Poetry unites us all, giving us wings to fly across all borders, and we, you, along with us, are the proof. Your inspiring prompts through literature towards environmental awareness also, and with the aim to protect nature, are unique and spark igniting. So much in alignment with the vision and mission of the Writers' Capital International Foundation. We're so happy and proud that your voice has been heard in your own native language too, in more than 80 countries across the globe, along with the messages that you wish to convey towards a better planet, towards a better life, towards better humanity, through solidarity, love, brotherhood, motherhood, peace. It was so great tonight. And I have also something to share with you very, very briefly. In this year, we also embark on an exciting endeavor, the establishment of Lovedale, the headquarters of the Writers' Capital International Foundation, situated in the culturally rich city of Mysore in India. Lovedale is not just a building, it's a visionary project designed to provide a haven for our members. A place to pause, recharge, and reconnect with their essence, regardless of nationality, class, religion, caste, whatever. Lovedale aims to be a unifying space for everyone. Also, Lovedale envisions various community projects, including an old-age home, an orphanage, and other initiatives aimed at uplifting society. So your support, whether moral or otherwise, is crucial for the success of these ventures. Together, we can make a significant difference in the lives of those in need. Please, all of you, continue conveying these mighty values of humanity. We thank each one of you, esteemed delegates, for being a major part of the event with your magnificent literary works and your inspiration. We also thank our viewers for watching us in this wonderful session. And before parting with you, we call you all to join us in Writers' Capital Foundation, embracing the massive social change. Become a proud member and let us all join hands and forces for a better future of us all. Thank you, Dr. Zainatul, dearest friend, Dr. Ferri, every one of you. It was a blessing today for us, listening to you and getting inspired by your beautiful, beautiful words. Goodbye, everyone. We promise to unite ourselves in the realm of literature again real soon. A warm embrace from Athens, Greece. We are going to all invite you in June, late June. We're also going to have the Panorama Literature Festival award ceremony. You're all invited. We're all going to let you know how it's going to happen, and we can really enjoy having you all here as our special invitees. Goodbye, everyone. Big kisses from all of us at Panorama Festival. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Goodbye. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you,
Goodbye,
Prof.
everyone.
Irene.